This is great info. I want to drill down on something you mentioned a minute ago. So, if you take a big prime, Boeing's going to build some fighter jets for the Air Force, and they're like, "Hey, Mike, you build really great landing gear. You're going to be part of our bid or whatever." They win that. So now we've got to protect all of the CUI that's coming from Boeing to me as a subcontractor. When we're planning how to protect that, does it matter what the prime does versus what the subs do? Like, walk me through that process exactly.
So each contractor that receives CUI is expected to provide or outline how they're going to protect it within their environment, right? So the sub can't dictate or be held responsible for how Boeing, for example, protects that CUI. Boeing has their own way of protecting it, right? What Boeing is going to do as part of their CMC program or CUI program, really, is outline how that CUI is going to be communicated to, say, the landing gear manufacturer. So then what the landing manufacturer says, this is the CUI we've identified. This is the CUI we received. And then from there, they say, we are going to create our own SSP, our own policy procedures of how we implement those 171 controls to protect that information. And if we have to share it to someone else in our supply chain, we're going to outline how that is communicated and then hold our subcontractors responsible for the information, the CUI we share with them to do whatever parts that we need them to do for our our portion of the contract. So that's how all that flow down works, right? Every layer has to understand what they're receiving, understand what they're giving out to theirs, and then outline and dictate how they are protecting that information within their system. Now obviously we're concentrating more on the digital information, but it's also if I have to print stuff out, how do I protect that hard copy? Or God forbid, talk about fighter jets and all the other stuff. If I have to produce a part that is based on DoD specifications that could be considered CUI, how do I physically protect the parts I create to ship them out? It's all that stuff that kind of falls, and that's kind of what makes CMC very difficult. While it looks simple from the outside, but when you get into the details, it can blow up very quickly because it's CUI is not contained to just what we would consider digital information. It's
Mhm.
anything related to that shouldn't be publicly releasable.
Okay. Yeah, so that actually answered what one of my next questions was, so I'm gonna go to the next, that I had. It's like, yeah, um, because you really do need to think about the data flow at the very beginning. That's where we always start in information
Mhm.
security. We think about things in terms of, okay, what is my risk? And when it's cyber, it always starts with data, right? Information. That's where it always starts. So where is that data, at every stop, right? So where is it? Is it in a closet? Is it in AWS, GovCloud? Where is it? And then what are the mechanisms that you use to protect it? Like, and you just go from there. But with CUI, we are by default, we're sharing with lots of different organizations. And the way that a sub looks is going to be very different from what a prime looks like.